Hey y'all, welcome to Friday's Kitchen. Welcome back if you have been here before. In today's video, we are making a blueberry white chocolate cream cheese pound cake. If you guys are interested in seeing how I made it, stay tuned. Also, while you're here, I ask that you please take a moment, look down below, consider pressing that subscribe button, join our family, and come back for some more recipes. I'm going to start by making the blueberry sauce. In here, I have 1/2 cup of fresh blueberries, 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, 3/4 cups of water, and 1 heaping teaspoon of cornstarch. I'm going to put on the lid, give it a little shake, and then I'm going to blend all the ingredients together. This is what it looks like when everything has been blended together. I'm going to add this to a pan on a medium-low heat, and I'm going to stir constantly until the mixture starts to thicken. Here's our mixture. This will take a total of about 10 to 15 minutes. I will pop in occasionally and let you guys see what it's looking like. So this is what we're looking like after about 5 minutes. I am going to continue to stir as it continues to thicken. At this point, it has been 10 minutes and it is as thick as I want it to be. So I am going to turn the heat off. To this, I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then I'm going to place it in another container to completely cool. So here we have the ingredients for the pound cake. Up first, we have 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, 3 cups of granulated sugar, 6 eggs at room temperature, 3 sticks of unsalted butter at room temperature, 8 ounces of cream cheese at room temperature. We'll be using 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. Here we have 1/2 cup of fresh blueberries that have been pureed. Nothing's been added to this, it's just been pureed. Here we have 1/2 cup of whole fresh blueberries. And here we have 4 ounces of shredded white chocolate. We are going to start by preheating the oven to 300 degrees. So in the bowl, we have the butter and cream cheese. I'm gonna turn the mixer on, mix till well combined, and then I'm gonna go in with the granulated sugar. Once I add the sugar, I'm gonna let the mixer run anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes until the mixture becomes nice and fluffy and lightens in color. So now I'm gonna go in with the eggs. I'm gonna add the eggs one at a time. Once I add an egg, I like to wait for the yolk to break before adding the next. After that, we'll go in with the tablespoon of vanilla extract. So now I'm going to scrape down the sides and bottom of the bowl really well to make sure everything gets well combined. Once I've done this, I am going to gradually add the flour mixture. Once that's well combined, we will be dividing our batter into 2 parts, and then I will show you guys what is coming up after that. All right, y'all, so I'm gonna remove about half of this mixture from the bowl. It doesn't have to be perfectly even. I'll just get it as close as possible. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. So I have removed about half of the batter. So to what we have left, we're gonna go in with our pureed blueberries. Again, that is just pure blueberries, nothing else. I'm gonna mix this in. Now I'm going to remove the bowl from the stand mixer and we're going to fold in the whole blueberries that I have. I'll be right back. Here's the cake batter that has the pureed blueberries in it. I'm going to go in and add the fresh blueberries. I did add some all-purpose flour and coated them to hopefully help prevent them from sinking to the bottom of the pan as the cake bakes. I also went in with another half cup. So originally when I told you guys what the ingredients were, I had 1/2 cup of fresh blueberries. I'm actually adding 1 full cup, but the full written recipe will be down below in the description box as I have made the cake. So we're gonna add this. And now I'm gonna gently fold this into the cake batter. All right, so I'm gonna set this to the side. Here we have the other half of the cake batter, and to this I'm gonna add the shredded white chocolate. And I am going to fold that in. All right, so now that the cake batter is complete, let me grab the cake pan and I'll be right back. So here we have the pan I'm going to use to bake the cake. This is an 18 cup angel food cake pan. It will be linked down below in the description box. I'm going to start by spraying with pan baking spray. I will also be lining this with parchment paper. So I have a piece that I've already cut out that I placed on the bottom of the pan. I simply took a sheet of parchment paper, traced it, cut it out, and then cut a portion out of the center. And then I have a couple strips that I'm just going to place on the sides of the pan. So now we are ready to add the cake batter. So I'm just going to use an ice cream scoop, 2 different ice cream scoops to scoop the batter into the pan. And I'll just go back and forth. This is obviously the one with the blueberries. So now I'm gonna go in with the white chocolate batter. These are different size scoops, but it doesn't really matter. I just want to make sure I have it mixed in. So now I'm going to go on top of the blueberry with the white chocolate. I can tell now that I definitely have more of the blueberry batter. So I'm just going to go all around with that one this time around. So this is what I have left of the white chocolate. I was hoping that by pureeing the blueberries, it would make the cake batter a lot darker, but that turned out not to be the case. But that's fine. We will get some of that dark color when we add the blueberry sauce to the top of the cake. So now I'm just going to shake it, kind of level it out a bit. Cake is now ready to go into the oven. Again, it has been preheated to 300 degrees. This will bake for about an hour and a half, an hour 45. I will adjust that time as needed, but as always, I'll let you guys know exactly how long it takes in my oven when I remove it. So I'll see you soon. Here's the cake after 1 hour, 40 minutes in the oven. I'm gonna let it hang out in the pan for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then I'll be back to turn it out onto a cake board. All right, y'all, so now we're gonna get started on the glaze. Here I have 2 cups of powdered sugar. To that, I'm going to add a splash of vanilla extract. And then I'm going to gradually add heavy whipping cream until I reach my desired consistency. I do want this to be on the thicker side. So it's actually more like an icing than a glaze, but call it what you like. Oops. Making a mess. I'm not measuring, I'm just gradually adding. If I end up adding too much heavy whipping cream, I can just go back in with a little more powdered sugar to thicken it up a bit. This is the consistency I want. Again, I want it on the thicker side. So I am going to continue to mix off camera to work out all the lumps, and then I'll see you guys in the next clip. So we are back with the cake. It is completely cooled. Now we're gonna go ahead and start by adding our glaze on top. So we have this on the top of the cake. It will drip down the side a little bit, not much, but that's fine because that's just the way I want it. So now we're going to go on top of this with some of the blueberry sauce that we made earlier today. And to finish, we're going to top with a few fresh blueberries. All right, so here we have our finished cake. Give me just a second. I'll bring you guys in for a closer shot, and then we'll cut the cake so you can see what the inside looks like. We've made it to the end of the video. Here we have the finished product, our blueberry white chocolate cream cheese pound cake. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions about anything I've done, leave them down below in the comment section. Guys, I really enjoyed this cake. It is super moist, as you'll be able to see once you get to see the inside of the cake. But the blueberries really pop. I love that tartness that you get from those. Then the added sweetness from the white chocolate. And of course, the blueberry sauce is really, really good. I love those sauces. You can pretty much do that with any fruit. I've tried several different kinds myself, and I've enjoyed all of them. But I hope you guys, again, have enjoyed today's video. While you're here, I ask that you please take a moment, look down below, consider pressing that subscribe button, join our family, come back for some more recipes. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like button before you leave. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video.